What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy dMillionaire. Look, we back with another video, and as y'all can tell from the title, man, we got how Dirk and the Mavericks did the impossible. And look, y'all, 2011 Mavs championship, one of the greatest championships of all time. I don't feel like a lot of people talk about it, or LeBron collapse and stuff like that, but nobody talks about what Dirk had to do to get there. Like, bro, Dirk went. He fought them demons, like he fought them guys to get up in there. Like, I understand LeBron collapsed 8 points in the finals. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? LeBron did choke. But Dirk, hey, give Dirk his respect, bro. Let's watch this video. Let's see what they got to tell us, man. Shout out nonstop.
Start of the 2011 season, Dirk was getting old, Jason Terry was even older, and Jason Kidd was ancient. Before 2011, nobody believed that the Mavs could win a championship, and many thought this would be their last hurrah. But then, the Mavericks shocked the world, knocking out several heavyweights on their way to an NBA championship. The main narrative about the 2011 Mavs is that Dirk carried a bunch of bystanders to a title, and that they were a David who defeated the Goliath in the NBA Finals. But in retrospect, the 2011 Mavs were the prequel to modern basketball. They were one of the most balanced teams in this millennium.
Yeah, I'm about to say, they had them shooters, Sean Marion.
Against the Heat in the finals.
They should have been the favorites. Whoa, let me.
Before the start of the 2010-2011 NBA season, the Mavs shooting guard Jason Terry tattooed the Larry O'Brien trophy on his right bicep. Everybody thought he was crazy, and that in less than
Jason Terry, that's cold. You got the tattoo, kind of foreshadowing. That's tough.
Was going to need a painful tattoo laser removal. For one thing, the Mavs' competition in the NBA was tougher than ever.
Yeah,
the
you had
assembled Miami Super Team had the best player in the league, alongside another top 5 talent and a third future Hall of Famer in his prime. The Lakers had retained all the key players from their second straight championship run, and so did the Celtics. The Spurs were still the Spurs, the Thunder were on the rise, Chicago had a great team around Derrick Rose, and so did Orlando around Dwight Howard. Apart from the competition, the Mavs were on a bad streak of playoff losses, and their days as title contenders seemed to be over. Since their loss in the 2006 finals, they had only won one playoff series.
They did, because they did lose to D Wade and them boys. D Wade came back. What D Wade came back 0-2, huh? Yeah, D Wade had came back 0-2 on them boys, and shit absolutely killed them. I ain't gonna lie, I did look at I don't know if we reacted to that shit actually, but I think I did look. I remember going to Stat Muse and looking at that shit. And I seen that D Wade shot like 25. He shot like 20 free throws in game 3. Like between game 3 and 6, bro, he shot like 15 free throws a game or some shit. It was just like, I don't know. You feel me? D Wade went and got up to that line. I don't know, something crazy.
They were the oldest team in the league. Nowitzki, their only true star, was 32. Jason Terry was 33. Sean Marion, who would be 33 at the end of the season, could still play good defense, but was nowhere near the athlete he was in his prime. Tyson Chandler was a comparatively spry 28-year-old, but was already playing in his 10th NBA season, and had just come off a miserable, injury-plagued season. And the 38-year-old Jason Kidd was on his last legs, leading the NBA in all-time minutes played among active players.
J. Kidd, man, that's one of my favorites.
5 teams
Shout out
in the
J. Kidd,
era had won titles with just one All-Star, and 2 of them, the 98 Bulls and 95 Rockets, had Scottie Pippen and Clyde Drexler as their second-best players. The Mavs didn't even have anything resembling a second star, and even by the star-by-committee method, their supporting cast didn't exactly look like championship material. Before the start of the season, Vegas picked 6 teams above the Mavs to win the championship.
Damn, so that was the odds?
The season, Vegas picked 6 teams.
So that was the odds to win the chip at this time. Okay, the Heat being the favorites, obviously. Kobe, 2, the Celtics, obviously. The Magic, obviously. D. Howard. The Bulls on my son D. Rose. Then the Young Thunder. And then the Spurs. That's crazy. The Spurs was that low? Wow. I would have put some bread on the Spurs. I ain't gonna lie. The way these odds are set up, I'd have put some bread on the Spurs, bro. I ain't gonna lie, y'all tripping. The Spurs was that crazy underdogs.
Above the Mavs to win the championship. And if you put down $100 for Dallas to win, you'd walk home with $2,100. Still, despite being the underdog, Dallas started the season strong. After the first 29 games, they had a 24-5 record and were on pace for a 67-win season.
Damn, Mavs was hooping.
The Mavs had the best record in the NBA, but then Dirk went down with a knee injury and would miss the next 9 games. Dallas couldn't compete without their best player, and they lost 7 of those 9 games, which was a true testament that they would be a lottery team without Dirk. And to make matters worse, during that span, they also lost Caron Butler, who tore the tendon that connected his knee to his shin bone. and was done for the season. Without their second leading scorer, even the Mavs' biggest supporters didn't believe they would be good enough for a title fight. But then, a complete resurgence. When Dirk returned, the Mavs went
Dirk came back and they went crazy. Yeah. My son Dirk, yeah. I do remember that. My son Dirk, I ain't gonna lie, my son Dirk was hooping this season, bro.
Impressive. And although they surpassed the preseason over-under line by 7.5 wins, they were only the 5th best team in the regular season.
Bro, because the West was stacked.
And the 7th best defense in the league, which was the profile of a solid playoff team, but not exactly a championship contender, and certainly not the kind of team capable of winning it all. When the playoffs arrived, many analysts expected the Mavs to lose in the first round to the Trailblazers.
Questions about the Dallas Mavericks. Are they too old? Are they tough enough? Will they have another early season bow out in the playoffs?
My dog Dirk.
Get enough support?
My dog Dirk.
Consistent second scorer.
A talented young team that made a splash midseason trade for Gerald Wallace. And when Brandon Roy scored 18 points in the fourth quarter to spark a 23-point comeback in Game 4 that evened the first-round series to 2 games apiece, it looked like the Mavs were on the
Brandon
brink
Roy
of
was a
another
problem.
Playoff disappointment.
He got hurt.
Somebody's got to pitch me. I must be dreaming.
But then, the Mavs started doing what they did all regular season. They were easily the league's most clutch team that year. And instead of falling back to mediocrity in the playoffs, they kept pulling out close wins, each one more extraordinary and improbable than the last. The more that was at stake, the better Dallas
Damn,
played
so it's
in
like
crunch
they
time.
just was on
With
some
Nowitzki
Cinderella
dominating
shit
on
the whole
offense
way
and
through
Tyson
and won a
Chandler
championship.
holding down the defense, the Mavs won the next 2 games against the Trailblazers and proceeded to the second round against the defending champs. Against the Lakers in Game 1, the Mavs fell down quickly, but then erased a 16-point deficit in the third quarter. And while Kobe shot lights out and dropped 36 points, the Mavs' second unit outscored the Lakers 40-25, which proved to be a difference maker as Dallas edged out the Lakers 96-94.
The Dallas Mavericks have defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 1.
Damn, I got a lot cold. Yeah, that's a good look.
Half, taking a 2-0 lead back to Dallas.
That was a good look, though,
for
Kobe.
most of the second half in Game 3, they finished the game on a 17-5 run to secure the win.
Drop.
And after Kobe played great in Game 1, Kidd, Chandler, and Sean Marion all played excellent defense to shut down the Black Mamba, who posted 23, 17, and 17 points in the next 3 games. So without Kobe firing on all cylinders, the Lakers just collapsed. And against all odds, the Mavs swept the series, hitting 46% of their shots from deep. But then another opponent awaited, who on paper looked to be much better than Dallas. It was the OKC Thunder with Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Serge Ibaka, and led by a superstar unicorn in Kevin Durant.
Come on, man. 35.
Dirk 2.0.
On me,
and then,
baby
against
Dirk.
the younger and much more athletic version of himself, Nowitzki turned in perhaps his best playoff game ever in the first game of the series. Dirk scored 48 points on 12
Dirk.
24 of 24.
Oh my God, Dirk, you put 50 on them Game 1? Oh my God. Damn. Bro, they said this is Dirk 2.0. Dirk said, hold my beer. Let me put 50 on this bitch ass nigga. Hold on right quick. You ain't me. Hold on. Hold on, young fella. You not me. Damn, we put 48 on him. God damn. My son Dirk wasn't bullshit. Oh, no, I didn't remember that.
Record for most free throws.
I don't remember that.
Losing Game 2 at home, the Mavs led from start to finish in Game 3 in OKC. In Game 4, it was the Thunder's turn to win, until Dallas erased a 15-point deficit with 5 minutes left in regulation to force overtime.
Let's go! Let's go! Come on, Spirit!
In OT, Nowitzki outscored the Thunder 12-2, finishing with 40 points. In that game, OKC led for 47 minutes and 15 seconds, only to end up losing. In Game 5, Dallas was again losing in the fourth quarter, and once again, they came through in the clutch.
Bro, my son Dirk put
and proceeding to their
48.
second NBA
Bro,
final.
Dirk put, hold on, no. I don't think people talk about that shit enough. Hold on, bro. Dirk put up 48 Game 1, whatever he had Game 2, whatever he had Game 3, then put up a 40 piece. Well, I think, what was that, Game 3 or Game 4? He put up a 40 piece. One of them 2 games, he put up a 40 piece. Bro, why is nobody ever talking about this shit? Like, Dirk ain't just bust they ass in the conference finals. Like, Dirk gave KD the business. Like, yo, why is nobody talking about that?
The 2006 series between Dallas and Miami.
And you
Only
know
this
Dirk
time,
gonna get his
the
get
Heat
back.
were not led by a young Dwayne Wade and an aging Shaquille O'Neal, but by Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh.
That's crazy. Wouldn't you think this would be a better team?
There he goes.
This trio had dominated the East.
That's crazy.
And
They just
easily
stopped.
knocked out
I think they
the
really
Bulls
just
in the
focused on
conference
stopping
finals. The Heat,
LeBron.
younger, faster, and more athletic.
That's what I'm trying to figure out how
and
the Heat
more
lost
talented
this
than the
shit.
Mavs, who were once again the heavy underdog.
Dirk just might not pass this way again. He's at the end of his 13th season.
Oh, you know
His
Skip.
point guard, Jason Kidd, is
You know Skip gonna say
38.
some dumbass
Sean
shit that's
Mary
gonna
and
age
Jason
bad.
Terry are 33 years of age. Dirk doesn't have a Dwayne Wade or even a Bosh.
And everything started
didn't need
according
one.
to the Vegas odds, who picked Miami as a 3-1 favorite.
Take every possession like it's his last. Every minute, every second, every quarter like it's his last, man.
Miami won Game 1 in commanding fashion and were well on their way to a 2-0 lead in the series. In Game 2, they led by 15 points with 6 minutes to go, highlighted by a Wade three-pointer from the corner that capped off a 13-0 run. But then, the Mavs did what they had been doing all year. They didn't give up in the clutch and started to slowly chip away at the lead. After some spirited team defense that put the game back within reach, Nowitzki took over. He finished the game on a personal 9-3 run, scoring the final 2 points when he made a left-handed layup in the final seconds of the game over Bosh. After the Heat won Game 3, LeBron and Wade were confident in their first title together. They were so confident that they decided to mock Nowitzki before Game 4, who was battling the flu. Wade and Bron were caught on camera coughing.
Oh, y'all tripping. Oh, yeah, I do remember this shit. I ain't gonna lie. See, that's the one thing you don't do. You don't poke the fucking bear. You don't poke the bear. You don't poke the bear. The series ain't over till it's over. It ain't over until that shit is for whatever Miami wins. You see what I'm saying? And right here, y'all gave them every reason to want to bust y'all ass. And what did they do? I don't think LeBron scored. What LeBron scored? This is the game he scored 8, right? I'm pretty sure it's the game he
This
scored
kind
8.
of disrespect only fueled the Mavericks in Game 4.
They locked
Once
his
again,
ass
the
up.
Mavs proved to be super hot in the clutch, overcoming another fourth-quarter deficit and limiting the Heat to just 14 points in the quarter, on their way to another win. But other than Nowitzki's revenge game, the most notable thing was the Mavs' defense on LeBron. The Heat's role players couldn't stretch the floor, and neither could their big three, who were not known for their long-range shooting, allowing Dallas to mix a variety of zone and zone hybrid plays. With Chandler anchoring the back line, Kidd and Marion had the freedom to play great man defense on the perimeter.
This is
while
why they
weaker
got Ray
defenders like
Allen.
Terry and
I think they
Nowitzki
picked the
were
Ray
hidden
Allen
within
after
this
this.
defensive
'Cause
concept.
that
For
was the
long
floor
stretches of the
spacing
series,
because they got
Dallas kept
exposed.
James in
I
check.
think didn't they get Ray Allen after this in this offseason and that fixed this because they realized that they exposed them because they couldn't shoot? Nobody on the Heat team could shoot. That's why LeBron got locked up because they could just camp in the paint. Yeah,
Using the
I think
much
this is
smaller
what got
Kidd
them
as
to
his
get.
primary
This is
defender.
when they
Kidd
got
kept
what's his
digging at the
name?
ball, and LeBron was unable to attack him off the dribble, partly because Chandler was able to help off the Heat's big men and was always waiting to cut off James's driving lanes. LeBron couldn't get into any kind of rhythm in isolation and was unable or unwilling to penetrate off the dribble and was forced to rely on a shaky jump shot. James finished Game 4 with an appalling 8 points, a career low, and was completely passive in the fourth quarter. Then, in Game 5, it was much of the same. James was unbelievably passive in the fourth quarter, scoring just 2 points and 17 for the game, while the Mavs shooters buried the Heat, shooting a scorching hot 13 for 13.
I don't know what that was. In the back, I thought I was
The
tripping.
Mavericks backup point
That's why I
guard
always wear my
JJ
headphones
Barea
with
was
one
an
in, one out, so I can hear.
unsolvable mystery for Miami's
My
defense
fault, bro. Let me go back.
for the game, while the Mavs shooters buried the Heat,
Wait.
shooting in Game 5, it was much of the same. James was unbelievably passive in the fourth quarter, scoring just 2 points and 17 for the game, while the Mavs shooters buried the Heat, shooting a scorching hot 13 for 13 from deep. The Mavericks backup point guard JJ Barea was an unsolvable mystery for Miami's defense, and the speedy 5'11" Puerto Rican bobbed and weaved his way through traffic, giving him a huge boost with 17
That boy
points.
JJ Barea knockdown.
However, in Game
I'm sick.
6, LeBron played better, while Dirk struggled. Nowitzki started the game going 1 for 12 in the first half and 4 for
good D.
21 during the first 3.5 quarters. But thanks to Jason Terry and Barea, the Mavs still held an 81-77 lead with 8 minutes left when the German beast finally woke up. Dirk scored 10 points in the final 7 minutes.
That boy Dirk said, "Man, I'm getting this
5 for 6
ring."
from the field to clinch the game and win the championship.
That boy Dirk was broke all game. He said, hold on. It's the fourth quarter. We got the lead? Man, fuck that. I'm I'm getting this ring. I ain't gonna lie. Watch that Dirk. Look at how he took. Who this is? Bosch? Or that is Braun?
Minutes left when the German beast
Look at this shit. Look at this
finally
shit.
woke up. Dirk
What is? No, that's I think that's. Nah, I think that's
scored 10
I don't know who the fuck that is guarding him, but boy, that boy Dirk said.
points in the final.
That boy
7
Dirk went to the
minutes,
cup.
hitting 5
Hey,
for 6 on the
what?
field to clinch the game and the championship for Dallas.
This shit Dirk.
First time in franchise history, the Dallas Mavericks.
I can honestly say though, after watching this video, they deserved that ring. They fought, bro. They fought tooth and nail for that ring. That's why. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even know all of the mundane details of this, but I know. I always told people the 2011 ring.
77% true shooting percentage, including 15 of 28 from
That's
the field,
crazy.
and a surreal 33 of 34 from the free
That's
throw line.
crazy.
The 2011 finals may be remembered as LeBron's greatest failure, but the 2011 playoffs will
That's
also be
crazy.
forever remembered as Dirk's masterpiece. He averaged 27.7 points,
Sheesh.
2.1 rebounds, and 2.5 assists on 48, 46, 94 shooting
Damn.
splits. And after a good cry in the locker room, he deservedly hoisted the trophy for the Finals MVP.
The MVP of this series, Dirk Nowitzki.
Hands down. And of course, Bill Russell got to give it to him, man. Rest in peace.
At the time, the Mavs title seemed like the 8th wonder of the world. But looking back 13 years later, it's clear that they should have been the title favorites from the get-go. They were a deeper team than Miami. They had better shooters and were a much more balanced team.
I wouldn't
Because
go
other
so
than the
far to
Big
say
Three,
that.
who weren't yet accustomed to playing together, nobody on the Heat's roster provided a much-needed boost for them to win the championship.
That's a fact, though.
Mike Miller had a horrible series, averaging just 3 points, and Mike Bibby was even worse. Haslam averaged 6, and the starting center, Joel Anthony, was nothing more than just a big body, whose presence in the paint just clogged the lane and hurt the team's spacing. Anthony averaged just 1.3 points.
I mean,
and
I would just be
3.5
willing to say, I mean, I know a lot of people say it's LeBron's collapse and don't give Dirk the credit. I would more or less go and say that it just came down to this showed why, I mean, as well as a team, as well as your 3 big players, your best players is, you need help, bro. Why did the Celtics win the championship this year out of everybody else? You know why? Because when it came down to it, bro, Tatum and Brown didn't even have to do nothing because Holiday, White, and Porzingis could score. Feel me? Pritchard can score. Hauser can, like, I mean, let me not say Hauser because he can't get a bucket, but I'm saying, like, the Celtics have 6 people that can give you 15 to 20 plus. Tatum and Brown give you 25 plus. Holiday can average 20, and I believe, I hope, I ain't gonna go so far as say 20, but I fuck that. I think D White can average 20, and I think Porzingis can average 20. Everybody on their roster can average 20 plus. You see what I'm saying? Like, you need a team full of bucket getters. What Miami had was 2 bucket getters for real. Wade and Braun. You know what I'm saying? Bosh obviously was a bucket back then too, but nobody else. Chalmers wasn't gonna step up. Bibby, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dallas ain't really outside of Dirk. It was a whole bunch of hoopers. Any one of them could really get off. JJ could get off. Marion could get off. You feel me? Kid was kind of old. I ain't gonna lie. Kid was not getting. You know. But the point I'm trying to make is though, like, that the Heat proved this year as to why you need help, and that's why they went and got Ray Allen.
But nothing more than
That's why they went and got Ray Allen. They
LeBron
needed a Robert
lack of
Horry.
bench production with the
They
worst
needed a
series of
shooter.
LeBron's
You ain't gonna win.
You can't expect to win a championship. LeBron was just the 5th best scorer in the finals with 17.8 points per
But yeah,
game.
LeBron
Dallas's
ain't do
coaches
good though
did a
neither.
Phenomenal job of
I ain't gonna
keeping him in
cap.
check.
Bron ain't
Wasn't
do
that
shit
good of a
this
player
finals.
in that series. Carlisle and Dwayne Casey drew up a game plan against me to take away the things that I was very good at and try to make me do things that I wasn't very good at. And while Dallas might have been old, they had all the ingredients for a deep
Shit,
playoff
sometimes
run. A
it
dominant
ain't
scorer
about
whose
youth, man.
one-legged
It's about that
fadeaway was the
veteran.
most
It's about that
unstoppable
one.
weapon
It's
in
about that
basketball.
veteran
A
shit,
great
man.
defensive
Veterans
center
get it done. Look at that shit.
who would win the Defensive Player of the Year in the following season, one of the greatest point guards of all time, and
Which I
great
feel like
wing
Bron should have won
defenders
that
in Marion and Stevenson.
over
Add in
Tyson
some great
Chandler.
shooting from Terry, Barea, and Stojakovic, the Mavs team shot nearly 40% from 3 in the playoffs and had more weapons than anybody. 13 years later, the legacy of the 2011 Mavericks is still that of a one-star wonder, with many people believing that Dirk dragged a mediocre team to a title. But the truth is that they swept Kobe, nearly swept KD, Russ, and Harden, and then they completely embarrassed LeBron in the finals. The makeup of their team...
Damn, I ain't gonna lie. When you put it like
Great
that,
balance of
when you
defense
put it,
and
when you put it
shooting,
like
which we
that,
now
they
know
did
is a
sweep
premium
Kobe, they
in
did
any
gentlemen
way
sweep
you can
KD,
win.
and they
After the
did
championship,
completely
the
lock
Mavs
up Bron.
disintegrated. and Dirk never won a playoff series again. But in the end, it doesn't matter because
it don't matter. It don't matter, nigga. Kobe. Dirk is the greatest Mav of all time. It don't matter that he ain't never won a playoff series after that shit. Hey, he went out knowing that he got one chip, and the one chip he brought was one of the greatest chips in sports history. He swept Kobe, he damn near swept KD, and he beat who many people of this generation consider the GOAT, LeBron. He put LeBron through it. Dirk made LeBron the player he is now. If LeBron didn't get bodied by Dirk that year, LeBron wouldn't have had the fire to be LeBron James he is now. I ain't gonna lie, Dirk started that. So I'm gonna end the video right there. I'm gonna holler at y'all next one.